What's up YouTube? Jameson Rubiksguy here with the messy hair, but that's not what today is about. Today is Go Battle League night. Go Battle night just started. We get double Stardust from sets. I just claimed some Stardust from a set I did earlier today, so we are at 17,136,000 Stardust. I caught a Dragon type with that, so let's get the extra rare candy. No Star Piece today because I have another plan for my Stardust, so it would be a waste. We're able to do a total of 100 battles in the next 6 hours. This event has been pushed off because of Go Battle League issues, but we've got it now. So I'm going to do some commentating on some sets, live and in post, and give you the highlights. We have access to a whole bunch of leagues right now. Great Ultra Master League and both Premier Cups. We've never had a scroll bar here. I plan to do mostly Master. Here are the teams we're going to be running with for each league. For Great League, we've got Caleb Peng's Skarmory plus Double Grass team with Skarmory, Shiftry, and Meganium. For Ultra League, I'm going to be using Oxford U's team of Articuno, Giratina, Altered, and Lapras for the Double Ice. And finally, my favorite league, we are going to be using the top meta team that Zionic recommended, that the rank 1 player used a few seasons ago, which is Giratina Origin, Melmetal, and Best Buddy Dialga. Let's see how we do, starting with Master League. Battle is against Dark Master, and I will try to describe what I do in each lead situation. I'm not sure about all of them. In Dialga, I start off by building up to 1 past the Shadow Ball. It should be right as my health gets to yellow, and then I fire a Shadow Ball off. If he shields, I switch immediately into Dialga and finish farming down. If he if he shields, I switch into Melmetal, and I expect a Draco Meteor. This will not KO, so I don't need to shield it. If he had not shielded and let the Shadow Ball go through, I would have swapped into Dialga to finish off with Dragon Breath and had him make a quick decision. At this point, I can build up to 2 Rock Slides because I know he won't get to a move before I get to 2 of these. And when you fire them off back to back, occasionally you can make it so the opponent loses a fast move. So I'm going to get these fired off. I'm going to let him hit me. If it's Ominous Wind, I can survive. It is. I wasn't planning on getting off more than 1 Rock Slide anyway. He'll be able to farm me down, which will mean he'll have an energy lead. I still think I'm going to switch into Giratina, though. Or maybe Dialga, because I can farm... He has a Dialga already. I need to use Giratina on this guy because we're the same health, and Dialga on Dialga is much better than my Giratina on his Dialga. So I'm going to start mirroring shields. I'm expecting only Ominous Winds. And I'm partly expecting him to swap out to catch a charge move. I'm holding the camera with one hand so I can't be as quick. Oh, he's just letting it go through. I'm just going to swap into Dialga right now because I know... Oh, I forgot you had another Pokemon. Okay, so Dialga into Togekiss. If they have a shield left, and even if they have 2, it's good to build up to 2 Iron Heads because you can generally get to 2 before they can charm you down. And with 2, again, you make it so they can't get an extra charm in most situations. All right, I saw the second bubble behind the Iron Head, so that means I have 2 of them available. And as long as I don't over-tap, I can go back to back. There's 1. You saw the charm damage still come through. That must have been from the first attack. Here's 2. This will take out the Togekiss. I'm going to have severe trouble against that Dialga because he's going to farm me down, and I need to get to a Shadow Ball before he gets to an Iron Head, and it's not going to happen. That was a good first game. If you have any idea how I could have changed the outcome without the hindsight of knowing what his team is, please post it in the comments, and we'll go on to battle number 2. This time, I'm going to go Ultra League. Double Ice strategy. Ultra League battles can be extremely long, especially when you have the 3 bulkiest Pokemon in the meta, basically, Articuno, Giratina, Altered, and Lapras. I haven't done Ultra League in a few weeks. I'm trying to remember what the proper procedure is. Giratina into Articuno. This is an amazing lead for us. He's going to have to swap out if he wants to survive. When they swap out, you want to think of what you can swap into that still has an advantage on the opponent, but is currently weak to the Pokemon already out. That was not what I wanted to see. Of course, I probably should have known that he was going to use Ancient Power because he didn't swap. But I can survive it, so I took the risk. And he can't really farm me down with anything before I can get to enough Icy Winds to really pressure him. There's the swap. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, I'm going to call that I'll win this, because if his best counter is something that's weak to ice, I'm going to go Lapras now so he doesn't farm me down. I didn't have to switch out of there, or maybe there was an argument not to. I will use a shield here because Ancient Power and Flamethrower are both super effective. Maybe I should not have gone Surf and I should have just farmed down. But with lag like this, there might be an issue. There we go. Okay. Yep, it counted the Surf. So I'm going to only do partial. There, let some of the bubbles go because I want to get some extra farm in. It's a game of figuring out how much you can let go and still farm down without them getting to a charge move again. Really, your counter is Giratina. I know you have Ancient Power. I can survive that. It will be super effective. I want to fire Ice Beam as soon as I can, but I know you're probably going to switch out. So I'm just going to overtap, and there's the Ice Beam right there. If he wasn't switching out after a few times above, I need to send it off before I risk having to use a shield. Ice Beam out. That takes it out. What's your third Pokemon? Swampert. I don't know if I should have done Ice Beam instead. Swampert can use Mud Slap to get to Hydro Cannon extremely fast, which would have really pressured my health. So here, I'm going to let Lapras go. Wow, you still made it. Okay. Mud Slap does almost nothing to Articuno, but I'm still worried about my health. I'm going to shield this because I think I can get to an Icy Wind with just one more fast move. And if he double attacks me, then I have no energy to worry about on the opponent. Okay. That works. I see why you didn't swap into Swampert against my Articuno. Good game. So that's Ultra League for you. Master League was a loss. Ultra League was a win. Normally, I see, well, not normally, I see the countdown timer quite often in Ultra League because of all the bulk and the Pokemon that we use. Especially when you have an Articuno mirror. It takes forever. Great league. I found and loved this team. This was when I first started using meta teams instead of just self-made teams. I used to use Gengar, or Venusaur and Haunter and Azumarill and Altaria and a bunch of those guys, and Hypno, and I found this. First time fighting against Sirfetch'd. Luckily, oh, okay. I'm trying to remember what to do here. Oh yeah, they've slowed down the Sky Attack one, so it's easier to get bubbles on, but it's still difficult, especially one-handed. Okay, so Shiftry is interesting against Sirfetch'd because his dark moves will be super effective. I didn't know Sirfetch'd was psychic though. That's so weird. No, he's not. What happened is the typing for Hypno showed through. I think Sirfetch'd is fighting, so maybe I should have switched out. I can't really farm this down. I've got to go straight for Sky Attack. So I'm going to let him farm me down because I need switch priority after this. I'm expecting... Okay, so Sirfetch'd has an advantage over my Shiftry, so I want to build up a little bit of energy here. I'm expecting a move that will hurt, but I'm going to let it go through. Yeah, Shiftry is pretty glassy, so a move as weak as Fire Punch still does quite a bit of damage. Obstagoon. Okay. Get off the Leaf Blade as quickly as we can. We don't want to use a dark type attack against the dark Pokemon. I think that's neutral, or resisted damage, I mean. But Leaf Blade is neutral. I'm glad he didn't bring in Sirfetch'd because Meganium has a better matchup against that than Shiftry does. I'm going to switch immediately into Meganium so he can't farm me down, assuming that I can get that done. Yep. So Obstagoon has Night Slash and Gunk Shot. I need to shield that. I'm glad I remembered about the Gunk Shot, because that would have basically taken out. Yep, Surfetch is the fighting type. I'm going to build up to 2 Frenzy Plants, if I can. Night Slash, okay. Attack Rose Sharply, that's bad. I'm going to fire off the first one now. I'm not built up to 2 yet, but I need to make sure I get the damage out because I'm worried about him getting to another move. If I knew his fast move numbers better, I would let a second one go through. Okay, I think I'm screwed here. Pretty sure I've lost the match, unfortunately. If I can survive this... Yep. Okay, there was an argument to actually build up to 2 Frenzy Plants. But that's one of each match. I'm not going to do any of the premieres or the Flying Cups. From now on, I'm going to screen record my battles, come back afterwards, and give you just the highlights after the fact. Hey guys, this clip is coming right after a pre-recorded clip, so I've got the next set of GBLs to go after with you guys. It's going to be a little bit long than the previous video. I'm going to give myself some lead in by playing my old video so I know how to line everything up. So here's the highlights. Battle against Sirlu. So thanks for battling me. All of this is Master League. Giratina Origin form into Mewtwo. Definitely a type advantage. However, Mewtwo still has a good amount of play against Giratina. Move my giant setup here. So I believe I counted 7 Psycho Cuts, and it takes 5 for a Psystrike and 7 for a Shadow Ball. So I didn't want to get risk getting Shadow Balled, because I know I can survive the Psystrike. If they dump all their energy, I know to restart the count. They managed to catch a charge move, but I'm okay with that. I'm not switching out of Groudon like I mentioned in my last video. Groudon destroys my backline, both Melmetal and Dialga. So I need to stay in with Giratina Origin and get rid of the threat. I know Mewtwo is running Shadow Ball, which means it's probably double Legacy with Psystrike Shadow Ball. So I don't need to worry about Focus Blast on my Steely boys. Earthquake will not KO me, so I'm risking it. I get taken out, almost, by Earthquake. I switch and save my energy onto Dialga. I'm trying to remember why I did this. This could very likely be an Earthquake. I shield because I can get to the Iron Head. And then if I get taken out, which I likely will, I'm either going to take them out now. Okay. I think I committed to the farm down there. This was a couple days ago. I think I committed to the farm down there because I could save the energy and know he wouldn't get to an Earthquake. But honestly, looking back, that was risky. So I've got energy now. Mewtwo comes in, Iron Head, and here I could switch immediately and throw a Shadow Ball. I think I'm 1 or right on it away. Ominous Wind will also take it out. But my switch timer hasn't come up yet. Shadow Ball, Psystrike, they're both going to take me out at this range. They switch out of Mewtwo to catch the charge move, but luckily for me, they have a Lugia in the back. So Melmetal is in a very good situation to take this match. I'm going to do as much as I can, which is sadly about half of its health. Melmetal comes in. My goal here is to build up a charge move that I can send out against the Mewtwo. Since I know nothing Lugia can hit me with will one-shot me. And I'm also cautious of them switching into Mewtwo to catch a charge move. Big hint there. So I build up the 2 and I throw it out. Now at this point the switch timer is probably up, so I got to be careful to not throw the other one immediately, but there's also an argument to be made to throw it immediately in case they don't know. I do throw it and I realize, oh crap, I just wasted my energy when he only needed 1 Thunder Shock. Mewtwo comes back in, I need to get 2 more, 1 more. I don't make it. All I needed was to hit that Rock Slide. If I hadn't accidentally done the move on Lugia, I would have taken that match. I was 1 Thunder Shock away. My thought at the time was that I knocked out Lugia. So I went for the Rock Slide again, but sadly, it still had a little bit of health. Next battle against Mothmoth, or Mothmoth, Giratina into Melmetal. As I've mentioned in the last video, I don't throw any charge moves at first. I can survive about 3 Rock Slides with some change, so I want to save as much energy as I can, cap my energy in case they decide to switch out. So I can save up to about 2 Shadow Balls. I think I'm 1 or 2 fast moves away from having 2 Shadow Balls at 100 energy. Here comes the second Rock Slide. I always keep track of how much they've used. It takes about 5 Thunder Shocks for each Rock Slide or Superpower. There's a little bit of discrepancy depending on which number of charge move they're at. So generally they'll build up to 2 charge moves and then use energy. But if they build it up and spend it immediately, it's much more advantageous for me because then they don't have any energy reserves. Ominous Wind comes through because it's all I need to win. I couldn't farm down because I was in low health and a Rock Slide would generally punish me there. Takes me out almost. I think I can farm here because, yeah, I have to farm because it gets taken out by the time I get to my Ominous. I'm expecting a Dialga to come in, so I was considering going for the Shadow Ball or not because Dragon Breath would have taken me out before I got that extra 2 moves needed. So I throw the Ominous. I don't want to switch lock myself. I let myself get taken out. Giratina action. Dialga is going to come in and just chew chew this Giratina. Dragon Claw is going to be neutral because of the Steel Dragon typing on Dialga. Steel resists, Dragon is super effective, so it becomes neutral. I'm going to see how much I can farm down here. I'm ahead on shields, and it takes a decent amount of time for Dialga to build up a charge move, so I want to leave this battle with energy because I know I can survive. A lot of GBL is, and I've learned this along the way, a lot of GBL is, even if you're going to take a big hit from something, if you know you can survive it and still come out as the lead Pokemon where they have to switch into you, it's called switch advantage, then a lot of times it's not worth using your shield. You have to determine based upon the situation. Shadow Dragonite. I know Melmetal wins this battle easily, so I'm going to waste this shield with Iron Head. I still have 2. In comes Melmetal. The only way he can hurt me is hitting me with a Draco Meteor. He's got a 20% damage boost because he's Shadow, but I still resist it. Opponent knows that. I get 2 extra Thunder Shocks out, and he goes, I'm out of here, and surrenders. So thank you for noticing that and backing out. Next battle against Starless. Giratina into Togekiss lead. I immediately switch out into Dialga. I wish they had little empty squares for where your switch boxes are so you know where to click while the countdown's happening. So the way to play... Oh, I got 2 things I want to talk about. The way to play Togekiss into Dialga is you want to build up to 2 Iron Heads and send them out back to back. You should have a sliver of health left. I know you do when you're best buddy, but maybe not if you're not. In this case, I just kept charging up, sent out the Iron Head, and now because I'm best buddy and he's not, I'm actually going to be able to overtake him, make him hit red first. And now Iron Head again. And yeah, I can farm this down and actually come out ahead with a sliver of health. But the way this works is I now have switch advantage. He has to choose what to bring into me, and I'm so low he can't farm me down, so now I can line up Melmetal, which is what I wanted to do from the beginning, and that's why you don't switch into your best counter right off the start, because they're just going to switch out and not line them up properly. Opponent recognizes I still have Giratina and a shield, I think, so he backs out. Rodafritus is the next match. This is, next to Groudon, probably one of the hardest matchups to come out of, because I believe he hits Avalanche the same time I hit Shadow Ball, and if I don't land a Shadow Ball, we're gonna go 0 shields each. We're each gonna use our shields, and he's gonna come out of the matchup with energy and taking out my Giratina. So landing Shadow Balls is key, or getting the boost. So I think here I decided to build up to 2 Ominous Winds. I'm still trying to figure out the right way to play it. Do I build up to 2 ominous winds and send them out, or do I bait, or do I just farm, or do I send them out immediately so I have a chance of getting a boost? The ideal situation is ominous wind immediately, get the boost, and then start resisting the ice damage. But ice is super effective against dragon, so this matchup is difficult. I have to shield this because it will take me out, even though I choose not to. Yep, I guess I figure I'm just going to go in and build up some extra energy because he's out. I can Dragon Breath down in time. Next Pokemon is Dialga. So going on in my head right now, I know I'm ahead on energy. I know Melmetal chews Dialga to pieces, but I also have to worry about having a Pokemon to switch out of once I get into Melmetal. So I throw the Draco Meteor knowing that Melmetal can take over, and he actually doesn't shield it, which is amazing. I immediately switch into Melmetal because I'm debuffed and I want to get energy. It takes 5 Psycho Cuts to get to Psystrike, 7 for Shadow Ball, and 8 for Focus Blast. Shadow Ball is what you need to worry about on a Steel type because it will instantly destroy a Dialga and Melmetal, even at Best Buddy, in one shot. And Mewtwo always wins CMP ties because it has 300 attack baseline, 15 if they have a 15 attack, and 20% above that. I don't know if Shadow actually changes the attack stat or if it just increases the damage. It probably does do the attack stat. So here, I just need to get to a Rock Slide. It'll almost take out the Mewtwo, and then Dialga can come in and finish if he manages to take me out. But the second Shadow Ball, when I have no shields, I know he doesn't have Focus Blast because he would have thrown it. Whew. Rock Slide, send it out. One more Thundershock takes it down. That's a good game. The first video, I highlighted a 5-0 set. This time I'm highlighting pretty much any sets, any games that really stuck out to me, that were nail biters, whether I won or lost or had some amazing switches. Immediately switch into Dialga again. I believe he stays in. So watch how close this is. I don't want to send out the first Iron Head, but he actually switches into Melmetal expecting to catch that Iron Head. So good counting. A Superpower will take me out, so I think I want to go into Draco Meteor as soon as he sends out the Superpower. I know he's building up a little bit more. He's probably expecting the Draco. At this point, I think I'm committed to bringing in the Giratina when I go down, so I'm trying to bait a shield. I throw out a second Iron Head. Actually, I really should film these right after I do the battle so I remember. I get him extremely low, and at this point, can I get him down with Dragon Breaths? I can't commit another shield here. He'll just bring in Togekiss and farm me down, and then he'll have 2 shields and I'll have none. I'm going to let you take me out, bring in the Giratina for the positive matchup. Or do I bring in a Melmetal and, yeah, Giratina. It would have been amazing there if he had switched out. Togekiss. A lot of times Togekiss don't shield the Shadow Ball. Sometimes they do. It takes about 45% of their health out. So I'm going to see if he knows to shield and try to bait with Ominous. He does shield. I'm going to try. I think I want to shield here and build up. No? Okay. I think I want to build up to a Shadow Ball that I have in reserve so I can throw it out against whatever. Togekiss generally don't. No, I can throw the energy. Togekiss generally don't run a Fairy type charged move in Master League. It's either Aerial Ace, Ancient Power, or Flamethrower. Generally, they always have Flamethrower, so I knew that I could survive that. I switch into Melmetal instead of letting Giratina go down to get an extra Thundershock off, but also because I need that Giratina for later. It has like 1 HP. Giratina's only use is as another shield. So against Swampert, I believe you want to go Superpower, because I think Rock is resisted by Ground, and Swampert is Ground Rock, or is Ground Water. An Earthquake could come through. I'm calling the bait that it's not, because I feel like he would Hydro Cannon me to get the shield, and also because I'm debuffed, it would be the best of both worlds. I have 2 Superpowers built up. That's what that circle means behind it. Behind the move. You have the move filled up and then another circle behind it for if you have 2 of it. and another circle for moves that you can build up to 3 of. This time Hydro Cannon will take me out, so I have to shield it. Melmetal is my win condition, but I'm too debuffed to win. So I'm looking at my switch timer. I have 2 superpowers, and I just guess perfectly. I don't think I was counting that, but I do an amazing switch, sack swap. Giratina, your last use is a meat shield. And now I have 2 superpowers. If he has any energy, it comes down to a CMP tie, but I'm pretty sure that that's all I need. And I have to have, oh right, Togekiss was in the back, so I had to build up to the Rock Slide in addition to the superpower. My battery died, but we won the match. So I managed to save up the superpower and Rock Slide combo. And that results in a 4-1 set with a Pidgeot. The reason I included this clip is because Pidgeot had the opportunity to learn Gust if you evolved into it or if you caught it. So unfortunately, even though I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I needed to evolve Pidgey into Pidgeotto into Pidgeot to get Gust, I completely forgot about it. So the only 2 Pidgeottos, wow, the only 2 Pidgeots I have with Gust are the ones I caught in GBL. I have a 98 from that with 14 attack, which kind of sucks because I had a few shiny Pidgeys I wanted to evolve. But that's the end of this video. It's a little bit longer than the last one. So I really enjoy doing these, setting the camera up and filming in post like this. I need to learn how to use OBS so I can do it a little bit more seamlessly. So thank you for watching. There's a whole lot of GBL content recorded that I have to edit still. So if you're enjoying this, give it a like, consider subscribing, and leave a comment. Even if you're just saying hi, I respond to all my comments. Right now we've got a set of 3 different leagues instead of Great, Ultra, and Master. But Master League is my favorite, so I'm still uploading these videos, and I recorded pretty much all of GBL Night. Have a good one, guys. Keep battling. Be a Pokemon Master. Rubiksguy out.